Hello guys and welcome to today's video. In today's video I am going to show you how to use the step and repeat process in Photoshop and create this image. So before I get started with the image, I want to cover on the basics of the step and repeat process in Photoshop. So for that what I am going to do is add another layer over this background layer and name the layer as squares. Then using the rectangular marquee tool, I am going to click and drag and create a square selection on this layer. Then I am going to go into edit and fill this selection with black color. Now I am going to create a duplicate of this layer by pressing Ctrl J. Then I am going to start the step process by holding down on Alt, Ctrl and T, and then I am going to click and drag the square and click this check mark or hit enter. Now for the step process I am going to hold down on Alt, Ctrl, Shift and T and create another square beside it. I am going to repeat the step process over and over again to create as many squares as I want. Now as you can see, all the squares are of the same size and also the distance between the squares are also the same. But as you can see, a lot of layers have been created. I mean each one layer for every square. So now I can always select all these layers together and then merge them using Ctrl plus E. But I want to show you a trick where I do not need to merge all these layers and these layers are not created in the first place. So for that I am going to select all these extra layers and delete them and start all over again. So we are back to our first square. Now I am going to take the magic wand tool and make a selection of this square. Then I am going to start the step process by Alt Ctrl T and then click and drag and then click the checked mark or hit enter. Now the step process, that is Alt Ctrl Shift and T over and over again. So now we have created all these squares as before, but all these squares are on a single layer. We can again make a selection of all these squares and start the step process again, that is Alt Ctrl and T and the step process again, that is Alt Ctrl Shift and T. So now we have created a pattern of squares on our background image. In this example I am going to create another layer over the background layer and name it as oval. Next I am going to take the elliptical marquee tool and create a oval shaped selection on this layer. I am going to go into edit and fill, and this time I am going to fill this with a red color. Then using the step method, that is Alt Ctrl and T, I am going to click and drag this selection, rotate it a bit and then resize it. And after I am satisfied, I am going to click the check mark over here or hit enter. Then using the repeat process I am going to create some more oval shapes over here. Then I am going to duplicate this layer by pressing Ctrl J. Then I am going to go into edit and transform and then flip horizontal. Then using the move tool I am going to click and drag this layer until I'm satisfied. Then I'm going to merge these layers by pressing Ctrl T and then transform the layer. Then using the magic wand tool, I'm going to make a selection of these oval shapes, and then again with the step process, I'm going to enter the value as 90 degrees, and then I'm going to click and drag the selection right over here, and then using the repeat process, I'm going to create another pattern of these ovals on this layer. So as you can see, you can create any sort of design with the repeat and step process in Photoshop. So finally we are going to use the step and repeat method on this image. So for that, what I'm going to do is unlock this layer by double clicking on it and naming it as lady. Then I'm going to use the magic wand tool, and with the tolerance as 32 and anti-aliased and contiguous checked, I'm going to make a selection of the background. Holding down on shift, I'm going to add some extra areas, and then by pressing Q, I'm going to go into the quick mask mode. Using the brush tool, I'm going to paint over her watch, and then again by pressing Q, I'm going to get out of the quick mask mode. I'm going to inverse the selection by pressing Ctrl Shift and I, and then by pressing Ctrl J, I'm going to make a duplicate of this layer. Next, I'm going to create another layer over it and name it as stripes. Now using the rectangular marquee tool, I'm going to make a selection on this layer, and then using the color picker tool, which is I, I'm going to select a color from our jeans. I'm going to make this color a little bit brighter, and then fill the selection with this color, that is edit, fill, and foreground color. Next, using the step and repeat method, I'm going to create a pattern of stripes on this layer. Then I'm going to zoom out a bit, and then by using the transform tool, I'm going to hold down on shift and alt and click and drag, and then I'm going to enter the angle value as 45 and then hit enter. I'm going to use the move tool and click and drag this layer a bit, and then using the rectangular marquee tool, I'm going to make a selection on this layer. Then I'm going to go into edit and cut. Again using the move tool, I'm going to click and drag and take care of this portion of the layer which I could not get in the first time. Next, I'm going to make a duplicate of this layer by pressing Ctrl J, and then go into edit, transform, and flip horizontal. Using the move tool again, I'm going to click and drag till both these layers get aligned. Then I'm going to merge both these layers by using Ctrl E. Then I'm going to drag these layers between the layer 1 and the layer lady, and there you have it. We created a pattern on this image using the step and repeat method in Photoshop. So this is the end of the video. I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Anyways, thanks for watching and have a nice day.